So today I just wanted to take a quick look at the 1969 Spanish-Italian film Fangs of the Living Dead, which is also known as Malenka the Vampire's Niece. So this film definitely does have a variety of alternate titles. One of the things which I'm not sure if it's just a typo, because it really does seem incorrect to me, which is I believe the Italian version of the title, which is Malenka la nipote del vampiro, which translates as Malenka the vampire's grandson. I did not get any indication that she was male while watching the film, so which leads me to believe that it is an error, but it's definitely funny to stumble upon. But I don't know, maybe I'm just translating incorrectly. Because you also do have the Spanish translation, which is Malenka la sobrina del vampiro, which is the vampire's niece, Malenka the vampire's niece. So, I don't know, I just kind of found that a bit curious there, but this film is obviously dubbed over. The dubbing really isn't too bad. I mean, at least watching it, I don't notice too much of the inconsistencies of the mouth and the audio matching up, so that seems like they did a fairly good job there. So we've basically, I guess you could say, got a rags to riches storyline with a horror twist. So you've got this girl who is engaged to this young man. She is a model, basically without a penny to her name. One day she receives this letter informing her that she's inherited a castle and she's now a countess, which, you know, woohoo. But, you know, seriously, it's too good to be true. But of course she has to go and check this out. Obviously her wedding is nearing, but she still wants to take a look at this place. And her fiancé is skeptical. She says, no, I'm aware of my bloodline, I just don't talk about it. I'm like, yeah, sure you don't. So she makes her way out there, and we very much have the Frankenstein effect. She stops at a little tavern, she has a beer, and when it's revealed which house she's going to, or which bloodline she pertains to, the villagers' reaction within that tavern is very comical, because everyone just gets up and they pretty much just run against the wall and give her like this shocked, exaggerated, scared look, which to me was just overkill. It was very laughable. But I do get the sense that they are trying to imply that, you know, there is something very sinister there that she's unaware of, which we do very quickly come to find out ourselves. So apparently there was an ancestor within the castle. I guess you could say she dabbled in alchemy. She was mislabeled a witch because she was trying to find eternal life, obviously, because, you know, that's what people do. She did have success, but this was in the form of vampirism. So she herself is still very much existent, as well as the man in the castle, which I believe he was introduced as her cousin, but he actually happens to be her great-grandfather. So her cousin father pretty much just lets her know what's going on, and she's expected to just carry on the family tradition. So they pretty much just want her to pick up where the other woman left off with her studies and her work. Obviously she's not okay with this, and she's pretty much a female Jonathan Hacker. She's being held hostage in this castle pretty much. She's being told to cut off ties. She's encouraged to write a letter to her fiancé, just telling him that they cannot resume and that she has to go her own separate way. So obviously this puzzles him. He makes his way out there and he is shooed off by her. So it isn't long before she makes her way out of the castle. She kind of blabs, spills the beans, lets him know what actually is going on. So we've pretty much just got a vampire couple in this castle, just kind of doing their own thing. But the story itself, I mean, it's not anything original, especially by this point in time. we've all seen this storyline. There's nothing new or original here, but I'd say even then for that period it was just a very basic plot. There's definitely enough stuff going on to hold the interest. It's not really too slow a film. It's not a slow burn. It keeps a decent pace, but it's just so cheesy, and it's obvious that it's low budget, but the acting is fairly decent. I wouldn't say it's superb. Definitely something I would label a time killer film, or once again, if you just are a fan of foreign film or just vampire genre, then I'd say go ahead and take a look at it, but don't go in expecting some art house piece. Fairly decent film. Would I ever watch it again? Probably not. But at least I can say I've seen it. But that's pretty much it for today. Just wanted to give you just a few quick thoughts on this film. If you've seen it, I would definitely love to share some thoughts. Maybe I just overlooked someone who was a bigger international actor in this. If so, I would definitely like to follow up and take a look at some of their films, if any of you do happen to be familiar with any of the actors in this film. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.